today's webinar is Lee Fitzpatrick. He's our senior functional consultant who's been with us for over 5 years. He comes with vast knowledge on D365, Power Platform, and now Power Virtual Agent. Lee, please take over.
Cheers, buddy. Got a few people coming in now.
Yes.
All right. Now, today we're just going to be going through some of the basics of the chatbot, letting you know how to get it and where you can publish it and how to set up some of the basics of it. Right. So, first up, as a few of you will be familiar with, we've got the good old make.powerapps.com site. Inside of here is always starting off with building your models, making sure they have the right location, and going in and just going Power Virtual Agent here. Now, when you're going through, it's always good to start with like the design structure of how you're going to work with it and what the purpose is. So you might want to be helping people get their cases or issues solved, or just setting up emails with more information for when you have a case come through in. So always think about the end result that you're trying to get to try and help your customers, clients, or even just make it so communications are a bit clearer and more linear. The starting point I'm going to have here is with a demo chatbot I've set up earlier. At any point, you can just create a new one by going here. It'll be blank. It'll have a few setup instances, but going straight in, your user interface will look like this. There's a little option here for tracking between the topics. What this does is it lets you test the chatbot and see where the flow is going to. So I'm just going to turn that on in this instance. And you can see I've got the little front end of the chatbot asking its initial questions. The back end of it here, which is updating because I've put the tracking on, shows your general questions, your multiple choice, and where everything flows to. So when I've built this one together, I've simply gone in and added a question in. So you can do that at any point here, and you can put any data that you like here. So in this chatbot, as soon as you load it up, it comes up with the question of how can I help you with a multiple choice selection. So you're not getting people to guess what services are available. It's putting you on that linear path of, are you interested in this case, support, sales, or some other topic, where it might give you more prompts or questions, or it might just ask you to ask a general question. Now, down here, you can see I've just got the options that I can click on. I'm just going to click on support, and that'll update the flow. And you can see that it now starts asking if you're interested in a specific kind of support, what you need help with there, with the different flow-ons. Now, you can click on the regular support, it'll take it down to redirecting to a different topic, which is a whole different section, or we can go down the licensing as an example. So for this, if I just go licensing, it'll go into the next section here, and it'll start asking for more details. In this case, I have set this chatbot up to take anything that's written here as the person's name. So please enter your name, and it will then store it as a variable. So basically, it'll hold on to that person's name and keep it within this chat conversation. So if I go John Smith, it'll accept that. Of course. It'll take that variable, go on to the next step, and ask for the next stage. Now, the next stages for this would be asking what the topic is and setting the different sections. Now, as it goes through, it'll ask different areas, such as the person's name, getting their details. In this one, it was just the person's name and their phone number, and then combining those two as an output and essentially going and combining it to a message. Then with a little bit of quick addition to this, setting up a Power Automate to basically email those details across to someone who needs that information. Now, taking a step back from all of this, we're just going to look at how to create a new topic from scratch and just a bit of a general vibe there. So if you go to new topic here, you set up the phrases which will call that topic. So long as a question like we were showing before isn't being asked, this topic will be called from any part of the conversation and it'll direct it straight to this topic. So it may just be, let's say in our case, dynamics. You add the phrase in, and so long as you type in dynamics into the chatbot at any point, it'll take you to this topic. So that tracker I was showing you before will redirect to here. You can add in as many phrases as you'd like if you've got a few different variations, such as Dynamics 365, things like that. Now, once you've got the general topic of Dynamics, it's going to be asking you questions and other details like that. So what are you interested in? Then, much like before, your different options of support, license, complaint. Those kind of standard topics. Now, from here, you can just have your different questions answered. So if it's a support question, you may simply navigate it to a different topic. So you can go to here and just tell it to go to a Dynamics 365 support specific topic and have that whole different branch there. The idea is to have it so any of these mini topics can be called in from anywhere so that the navigation is fluid rather than forcing people to go through the step by step by step if they know exactly what they want and just want to go straight there, while still having the structure of being able to go through the individual paths. Now, one of the big advantages to having the chatbots is that you can have Power Automate fully integrated with it. And it can use variables captured or just any information captured through the chatbot. So from here, you can just create a flow, and anyone who's familiar with Power Automate knows that it can do just about anything. One of the easy examples is just creating an email with the information people have had. You can use it to create a case or a contact or a lead inside of your dynamic system so that you have all the information there that people have captured. You can ask for specific questions or information that you're looking to capture there so that you can ease the process for them. You can also just provide back things like links to existing resources. So if people are asking about a question that's pretty common and reoccurring in your organization, you just have a preloaded link to somewhere on your website that answers all of those questions in detail. A lot of just helping people get where they need to. Now, with the chatbot itself, there's a lot of different integration options. One of the most common ones is going to be with your website. When you publish the chatbot, it'll provide you with a link. And with that link, you can just give that to your web developers and they can just embed it into your website. Any of them will be able to do it. It's a pretty simple process. but you can also integrate it into things such as Teams and a fair few others that they've just been adding to. Now, are there any quick questions that we have at this stage, or any aspects that people are curious about?
Lee, we got one question. And the question is that a native connector to add the chatbot to the Power Pages?
In the same way that you work with any website, you can add the chatbot to Power Pages. The Power Pages by default has a setup to allow the addition of iframes. Now, with the link that you get from there, you can simply input that link from the chatbot straight into iframes. It will be a very, very quick and easy process for that one. Now, keeping in mind with all these chat flows as they navigate through, any section can link to any other section. So as I was showing with the trigger phrases here, so long as people are asking questions, it can go anywhere. But you can also capture any information that people are asking for. So at any point in a conversation, you can use the variable management, which is just capturing information and storing it away. And this can be anything such as person's name, name, and you may just want to make it so that the chat is more personable. Once someone puts their name in, it keeps referring back to them that way, depending on how much in that depth that you want to go to. With the actual process, there is out-of-the-box analytics for this as well. So when you're going through, you can see how many sessions are going through, what people are asking, how many of the sessions are successful. So you can see how engaged people are getting, total number of sessions. For things like case management, if you're hitting that point where people are going, right, my case is resolved, or points where people have gone, right, and just closed the chatbot and left it alone. So you can see all these statistics here of how successful your chatbot is actually being in navigating and assisting people. It also lets you see some of the different branches so you can get an idea of what section people are abandoning or dropping it, so that you can improve on those areas and give them more details and try and help people even further there. Now, with the publishing section, you've got the different channels. You can also see what it would look like on the website here. So if you wanted to see what it would be like on the front end, it gives you a demo website and puts your chatbot into it that you can test there. There is navigation to direct chatbots to your internal stuff and navigate them there. Now, with the channels area, I was mentioning before that you can put it on a website or custom website, and Teams, but you can also integrate it into Facebook, Skype, email, all of these options if you want. Now, I think that's going to be the main areas of the demo. I'll let you know that there's a few pieces of additional and advanced functionality that are coming out, such as some integrations coming out with ChatGPT and other AI learning elements in it, so that the conversations are more robust and flow a bit easier. Now, just when you're going through, think about the design of how you want the chatbot to go through so that you can have all these decision points and end results. Most of the time, your end result will be The question was answered successfully through a link. Email was created, or some form of process was created in Dynamics, such as your cases or leads. Think about what your end result is, how you're trying to help with people, and think of the structure that you need to build and support people there.
Perfect. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us today and all the questions. And thank you so much, Lee. Have a good day,
Cheers.
everyone. Thank
Have a
you.
good one.